have good credit, go to work, pay your taxes, eat healthy. Food is bad. Food is evil. Food is filled with poisons. Keep your head up. Traffic. Check engine light. Are we gonna see you at the family reunion? You never come. Work. What are we eating? I don't know. What are we eating? I don't know. Password can't be the same as the old. Pay a bill. Can't sleep. Drink your tea. Take a nap. Wake up. Can you come pick me up?
That is very true. Life can be very stressful as an adult. There's a lot of responsibility you gotta have on your shoulders. Whether you like it or not, there's always something going on as an adult, right? Bills are always due. You have to keep up with bills. You have to keep up with your health, right? You have to keep up with your family health. You gotta make sure that you stay on point of a lot of things. If you don't keep up or have a note somewhere, you're gonna forget. And something gonna always come up. This is what happened to me a couple days ago, right? I just recently renewed my lease, right, for my apartment where I live. And the apartment did not send out a note that we're supposed to re-register the vehicle in the apartment. And mind you, I remember they said that before last year, but I forget. Did not know. I thought it was gonna be automatically be able to register as well when you do the lease, but no, you have to be separate, right? So what happened? I got out one day, was going to work, the vehicle is gone. I started panicking. I was like, did they steal my vehicle now? Because it happened before. They steal the vehicle in my apartment, but thank God we found it, but it costs a lot to fix. It costs a lot to go back where it was as before. And so I ended up calling the people who told people car, and luckily they towed the vehicle. I was thankful, I'd rather be told but than be stolen. And now I have to pay almost $400 that I don't have because I forgot. But anyway, guys, long story short, life can be very difficult. You as an adult, you have a lot of responsibility. There's no time to play around. It's just reality for most of us.
Hello, are you coming? How's your 401k? You want to diversify? Government, politics, president, drink plenty of water. Water got microplastics. What? Take out the trash. 10,000 steps.
And life will be like, yeah, no. You're actually out of laundry detergent, shampoo, and paper towels. Yeah, yep, you need gas too. Oh, did I forget to mention that you need an oil change?
Half of being an adult is just getting hit with an unexpected bill right after you think you're in the clear. It's like constant financial jump scares. You finally feel like you caught up, nothing's due, the credit cards are handled, and then bam, there's the email, there's that letter in the mail. Hey, Ethan, did you forget your car registration's due this week? Sure did. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, Ethan, your pregnant wife had her routine visit this week. Yeah,
that is very true. It's always coming up. Yeah, I just even got also a letter in the mail say that I'm supposed to register my vehicle again. I feel like I just did yesterday. I feel like I just did yesterday. When you get this thing in the mail, you get this in the mail just to remind you. But I feel like I did yesterday. Now they're gonna need another $75 money that I just to pay for the car registration. It's annoying. It's very annoying. There's always something trying to rob you. There's always something trying to get money from you, right? Like you mentioned, you can have everything clear, right? Be able to pay your minimum on credit, be able to pay your bills here and there. But there's always something show up, right? Like a car tire, you're gonna need maintenance. Oil might show up, now you need to change all your gas. You run out of gas. Oh no, you gotta go pay gas. Yeah, there's always something annoying show up when you think you are clear, all the bills are paid. There's always something. And you always need to respect it. And that's the reality.
Same one she's had for all 3 pregnancies. But here's the portion of your bill that the insurance didn't cover. Oh, that's just great. Dear Ethan, your home insurance premium is due this month. We'll look out for your payment. Yeah, I'm sure you will. You know, and it's never something small, and it's always at the worst possible timing. Right after you feel like you got some momentum, and next thing you know, you're sitting there like, where did all this come from? But the worst part about it is, like, usually it's your fault. You know, it's something you forgot or you missed or hadn't thought about in a while, but it still feels personal. You know, it feels like half of adulthood is just like thinking you're in the clear and then immediately not being in the clear.
Making $20 an hour after 30-something years? Come on, man. Over 30, going on 36 years, and all I'm making is $20 an hour? Is somebody coming in the door right now gonna make 18 and 19, $20? And they ain't even gonna work hard. They ain't gonna be dedicated like I have been. Check my record. See my record tender. I go to work every day. We talk about the code.
Okay, now that's a robbery. $20 an hour and you've been for the company for 36 years. That's a daylight robbery right there. Guys, there's a research that has been recently done. They say that the average payment hourly, right? The minimum wage is supposed to be $63 an hour. That's what it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, for most of the states, it's still $7.50 an hour. How is that even possible, right? Cost of living, mind you, cost of living is high. Everything keep going up, but somehow the salary, the wage is still 90s. We're way behind, like 30 years or 40 years. Wage have not gone up at all. It have been stagnant, like forever. And I totally get them. It is very frustrating, and yeah, this is reality. I'm gonna keep saying this.
67 years old, man, and why I still go to work is like everybody else. I got a family to take care of, man. And then I was talking about supervising them all the time about, well, call your union for what? How often do you see a union come to the yard and see what's going on with us? Come out in the field. Only time I see the union men all years only time they come out is when it's time to vote. They come out with their little pen and their little Aflac duck. You can take the Aflac duck and nothing. I'm serious, man. You don't even hardly see no union representative come out there to see what's going on with y'all. When we get a union, when you get a raise, everything 2%. We don't get the 2%. We might get half of it. Take 1 penny and cut it in half. We got having the rest go to everybody else but us. Hey, I like to ask the union people, how do the Bahamas look? I ain't never been to the Bahamas. I can't take trips like that. I can't afford it. You know, you give trash fees, you want to charge it, but you're taking out money and stuff like that. That's why I don't go to none of that stuff. I gotta take a cut and pay, man. Thanks, man.
Man, when I had that thought in my head at FedEx, I said, man, this job ain't for me, man. I'm not saying it ain't for everybody, but boy, it ain't in my spirit. I'd be damned if I come to work and I'm throwing 1,000 more boxes on the truck, but my paycheck gonna be the same now.
I'll literally never shut up about this shit because it doesn't make sense. I make $11 more than the minimum wage from my state. I make $16 more than the federal minimum wage across the United States. And it still is not enough to afford an apartment on my own. And if I can afford an apartment on my own, it will take every last dollar out of my fucking paycheck each and every month. It will take every last dollar to be able to afford to.
Speaking of an apartment, most of us here, our monthly take home, cost of living has gone up real so hard to the point now I'm approaching to 50% on my take home pay, just me to be able to afford a place to live, right? We are in 2026 right now, right? If you're gonna be in the future watching this video, it's 2026 and we are struggling and things is very tough, and I'm getting close to where I have to pay 50% on my check just to be able to afford a place to live, and I'm terrified. I'm terrified just like everybody else out here, right? Because I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 30 years, right? He's gonna be now 75. I said 100% of my take home, and then we won't be able to eat to survive at all, just to be able to afford a goddamn shade to live in. I don't even be there, right? Most of the time I'm at work, 10-hour shift, 12-hour shift, but now we're paying for a place we barely even in. How does that make sense? Because I think a home should be the least most expensive thing somebody to live in. It's a shade that you are literally living. You come home to rest and get up and go back to work. How does that make sense, right? It doesn't have to cost this much. But I don't know. I feel like I can blame on these real estate gurus at the end of the day, it feels like, because these real estate gurus are the one who come in and everybody start putting money in the real estate. Everybody start thinking they can live this kind of lifestyle, and then it make the living costs go too high because everybody think the home are the next diamond to find. Now that's why everybody feels suffer, because the way they make things are. But at the end of the day, yeah, it should not cost that much to have a place to just go down and lay down and get up at the end. Because most of us only spend 5 hours at home, maybe 8, maybe 9 or 11 if you get lucky, and you get up, you go to work again. But how is it cost way too much for a place to live, right? It should not be this way, in my opinion.
Actually living life, and I make $11 more than the minimum wage. Minimum wage, if I might remind you, was created to kind of relinquish some of the minimum wage, in case I need to remind you all, was literally created during the Great Depression to create a base rate that you can pay your employers to reduce exploitation, to reduce poverty, and to increase consumer buying power during the Great Depression. What we are living in right now is something 10 times worse than the Great Depression, and it is literally being thrown in our, like, we see it, bro. It is literally, we are being paid double and triple the amount of the federal minimum wage, and it is still not enough to live on your own comfortably. And then on top of that, we have women out here, I'm speaking that from a man perspective, we have women out here that will look at a man or look at this video right now and they'll be like, I don't want to be with him because he's broke. Brother, we live in a time so fucking bad now that women have to start working. It's not optional. Women don't get to choose anymore. Oh, I want to be the stay-at-home, or I want to do that. No, women actually have to start working because of how terrible it is out here trying to live on your own. You literally have to. There is no more. Like, bro, nobody can fend for themselves out here making the minimum.
Now, this brother,
the minimum was supposed to be
right.
Put in place so that we can still afford basic necessities.
The partner now is different than back in the days. Now they're based. It's not about love anymore. Now it's about what can you provide, what can you put to the table. Mind you, this actually usually go both ways. Even men nowadays, they need to make sure the lady, she's bringing something to the table. But back then it was about, well, I don't care, we can just get married, you know what I mean? But now it's more about what can you bring to the table. That's a man, and a woman, that's what can you bring to the table. And if there's nothing in between, there's no love. And then people now, they are dating, they are getting married, not because for the sake of love, or they find each other attractive, just for the sake of economy. That's why you see the divorce rate is high, because that reason. Divorce rate is high because people are not married with each other for good reasons. People are getting married for wrong reason. If you are marrying your partner for financial gains, you did not attracted to them whatsoever, you did not like the personality, you did not enjoy the company, divorce is gonna happen within 5 years. I guarantee you that. This is why divorce rate is high. It is not high because people love each other. It's because people got married with the wrong reason. This is what economy is doing. Divorce rate is high because the economy. If economy was good, divorce rate I guarantee gonna go low. That's why. It is nothing. It's not rocket science to figure out why divorce rate is high. It's because people are married each other for money gains, or just something financial gain, something wrong reasons. They don't love each other. It's because they have money, or because you have money, or because you have connection, or because he has connections. They were not attractive with each other in the first place. They will not enjoy each other's companies. That's why divorces happen within 2 to 5 years. It is insane. So if you're a young person out there, make sure you find which is hard to find, the right person that is actually love you for who you are. But those kind of people are rare now. So I don't know. Good luck with that. It's gonna require you another whole skill. You're gonna have to study. Yeah.
So here's what's gonna happen. I do not give a shit no more, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna take what money I make, bro, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want with it, bro. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I wanna get that meal, bro, from that fast food meal, or I wanna go and eat something nice one day. I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't give a shit. I wanna make a mod on my car and always have the cool little toy car that I've always wanted since I was a kid. I'm gonna fucking make it into that. I don't give a fuck about what am I doing this for. We doing all of this shit just to have no time for ourselves, not be paid enough to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and then to possibly just die one day randomly from overstress, overworking, and it not being worth a damn. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm over it. Like, am I tripping, bro? Please, bro. I need someone to tell me that I'm not tripping because this shit drives me crazy.
Some people out here knowing they just got paid and that whole paycheck gone. Like it make you just want to just get on some YN shit. How you gonna get paid the same day and the whole paycheck gone before the sun go down? Boy.
It's gonna get to the point, if this doesn't slow down, that it's gonna be unaffordable, incentivized to drive to work. And you have essential workers who are spending $100 on a tank of gas, $50 on a tank, more than they're used to. And I don't wanna hear you say, oh, well then, just get a better job. They already have the better job. They're already the ones making $40+ an hour. How are people on 20, 15 doing this?
Can we have an honest conversation?
Saving your money, and also don't stress. Enjoy life, enjoy the journey, because we don't know. Nobody knows when the times come. Make sure you love your family. Make sure whenever you spend that little amount of time you get with them, you get to give them a full attention. Get off on your phone, right? Put the phone away. Give them a full attention. Because nowadays we've seen a video of that guy who died at work from overworking. So imagine, because that is the most terrifying thing, to die at work. I'd rather die at home with my family, near my family, man. Because dying at work, man, is the worst thing to have. Just make sure when you're next to your family, next time you're spending time with family, get off your phone, give them a full attention, because that's what matters at the end of the day. Because if you look at it, the reason why we're working is to survive, to be able to eat, right? And to be able to have a place to live, because that's what the average human need. You need water, food, shelter, clothing. That's what the one thing you need, right? But wise, like I would say, long gone, right? I don't know how people are affording to do vacation. Money is tight. Money is tight. How am I going to have money to afford vacation? Buying a home is still hope, but it's long gone. Long gone, right? House now costs 7 times than in the past. Who have money 7 times to buy a home, right? Can barely afford rent because things is expensive. Most of us here struggling. But don't lose hope, right? Like I say, always keep hope with yourself, because when everything is taken away from you, at the end of the day, the only thing you have left is hope. Make sure you have hope, right? There's always a better day, a better time, right? Also stay vigilant. Scammer are all-time high. If something look too good to be true, it probably is. So make sure you stay away from scammers. They will take all your money, because now things are tough. But anyway, guys, take care of yourself, and please like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.